Reseller Clickbait Podcast, episode 14.
Episode 14, the episode before I head east to the 127 and Ohio.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that a lot. So we're going to get into a couple things before we go deep diving into the 127 yard sale.
Well, I think what we need to discuss first here, Jimmy, is that this is my last podcast that I'm doing. My last Reseller Clickbait podcast. This is kind of a bombshell for you because I plan on winning $1 billion in the Mega Millions lottery this week. So
is that why you have the cash behind you over your shoulder?
Yeah, we got whichever shoulder.
For those of you listening, is that a plush?
It is.
He has a $100 plush. It's not worth $100. It's a $100 bill plush.
And I changed some of my names there. You got the SSK and Mr. Billion. So, the last Reseller Clickbait podcast, because I figure, we're friends. We're still going to do a podcast, but probably just change it up to like Ken's Super Colossal. I used to be a reseller. Now I'm a billionaire podcast.
Will we still be friends after that? Or will you just
with Jimmy
race?
Oh, yeah. We'll still be friends.
Out on your yacht with your money.
So let's just say, are you a lottery player at all?
Not at all. And Sonia wants it. Sonia gets mad at me and I'm like, well, go buy tickets. She puts that on me. Like, we need to play the lottery. And I'm like, okay, let's play. Well,
I'm not a regular lottery player, but when it gets up, that 300, 400, $1 billion, billion, I'm all over that. So I'll be buying
a lottery player.
I'll buy some tickets. I took a chance the other day when it was like 830 million.
I'm not even following. I don't know what you're talking about as far as that. Okay. I don't really follow it. It's my cue that it's getting up there. When Sonia starts saying what I just said. We need to buy some lottery tickets.
Yeah, this Friday evening it's $1 billion. In the Mega Millions lottery. So I plan on winning that, Okay, so if you won that, would you still be a reseller?
No.
Not at all. I'm going to say I wouldn't be a reseller. I'll probably be just a professional sorcerer.
Sorcerer or sorcerer?
Hey.
You would buy your way into
the sorcery.
Just pay someone to turn you into a sorcerer.
I would probably just show up at the yard sales in like a big limo. I'm no longer going to have to negotiate prices.
Dude, I could just see you walking up with your team. Guys, we're buying it all.
My video crew, start loading. Can you imagine how that would make somebody's day if you could do that? Just show up.
You could change your name to Kenny V.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on here? You're gonna have some. Hey, my dog's down here. No, I would buy property and land, and I would live travel, I guess. I don't know. I don't like traveling that much though.
No, now you would probably build that collection behind you though, right?
Oh, I mean, I would have it. This collection would be gone. This would be all. It would go true vintage, true. Every toy that I had as a kid, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd probably spend a good year just shopping eBay.
Yeah, just fine and not worrying about the price. That'd be great. I think the first thing I would buy if I won a big lottery like that is one of those like frozen Coke machines like they have at the gas station. That's because I'm like addicted to this. I think that's the first thing I'm going to buy. I'm just going to have it set right there on my kitchen counter.
I don't know if that's a great choice, but I get it.
And
that's the first thing you would buy, huh?
Oh yeah. Got to have that. And then, then I'd buy some stupid stuff too.
Yeah. I don't even know what the first thing I'd buy would be. I don't know. I know I would go on a long vacation somewhere around, it's kind of silly because I've never been on a vacation where the water is clear and see-through.
Uh-huh.
I don't care where I'm at. I just want to go on that vacation where I can see. I don't even know if I'm going to get in it. I just
You
want
want to be someplace warm with water that's crystal clear. You can see, like, you can stand like waist high and still see your feet.
Yeah,
That sort of
exactly.
thing.
Well, I can never see my feet.
You could see someone else's feet if you were waist high.
Yeah, I can see the shark coming up because he's like, look at this giant brisket in the water over here. So I'll be able to see the shark. That's like dinner time. So yeah, that's something I would definitely do, and that'd be one of the first things I would do. Like, that would be a long vacation. It wouldn't just be like, it'd probably be over a month.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because with that much money, you just like keep the drinks coming, keep whatever coming. Like, I don't have to worry about anything except for sit here and enjoy this.
You could take your friends.
Yep.
You know, your friends.
I'll definitely take my friends. I'm sure Dan would want to go. Yeah. I mean, that's something that would definitely happen right there.
So I'd like to see if folks down in the comments, if you're watching on the YouTube, or even if you're in one of the audio podcasts and you're listening, throw in a comment there. What's the first thing you would do if you won one of these big mega super lotteries? Would you still be a reseller? And what's the first thing that you would buy if you I asked my little niece that this morning. I don't know, she's like 8 or 9, if she had $1 billion. And she said, this was pretty sweet at first. She said she would buy a toy for all of the animals at the shelter, the Humane Society.
Yeah.
And then she would get one of the animals and pay for somebody to be able to adopt it. And then she said that she wanted to move to Arizona and work at Starbucks. So I told her, I don't think you know how much $1 billion is.
She was on a good roll until
she was. She was.
It was a really sweet story. She wanted to become what do they call them, a barista? A
barista at the Starbucks in Arizona. They went vacationing out in Arizona.
I feel like that morning, somewhere in the recent days, she had Starbucks and she went to the animal shelter, and that's a tough day for a kid.
Yes,
that day that's a tough day going to the animal shelter.
They had recently got a rescue puppy, and so that's on her mind and stuff. But it was sweet, but her life goal left a little to be desired as a billionaire anyway.
Maybe, I don't know. Making that's funny. So we're gonna go from picking numbers. Look at that! Yes. Look at that segue.
I go for it.
We're gonna go from picking numbers, lottery numbers, to picking resellers from a live draft show.
Yes, that's going to be fun. Now, we're recording this, so this will already be out. Or no, we'll already have done the draft.
Yes.
Before this comes out.
Yeah.
So, Nashville Flippers.
We can't promote it in advance, but we're going to tell you to go back. It was a live show that we did on last Friday.
Yes. Whatever date that was. Nashville Flippers.
Yeah. On
their channel, Ray and Dustin are hosting this all-star draft with you and I and sunny Las Vegas.
Yep.
And I'm going to predict right now that it was great fun.
Oh, it was a blast.
We had a blast. So you're going to want to go check that out. Nashville Flippers.
The best team. So.
Yeah, I think you won.
Yeah, I won.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I did see in his IG post, the potential draft picks, and someone's going to get a heavyweight team there. So if you're listening to this on Monday, go back and watch Friday's live from Nashville Flippers. Check out the draft. It was, I'm going to say it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. There's no way it can't be.
Yeah.
Do they also put it out as an audio podcast too? They do, right?
I believe so. Yes.
So just look for that. Nashville Flippers, they have a YouTube channel. They also do audio versions of their podcast. So look for it. If you don't want to go watch it on YouTube, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a podcast as well, and you can hear it on the audio version. So you can look for it that way as well.
So, Jimmy, we're trying to grow our podcast here, doing stuff, and you're not, well, we're not failing. Actually, we're growing, but we are, people are unsubbing now because
that's not YouTube cleaning things up. That's people actually unsubbing.
Actually, in the comments from this, we'll do comment of the week. We haven't done that for a couple weeks. And because of your disdain of jelly donuts, we lost a subscriber, and our good friend Adam Baldy Pow Picking, and his comment, doesn't like jelly-filled donuts. What? Unsubscribed. So,
and then our podcast, the person that comments for us in the podcast asked him to stay. Please don't leave. I think he came back.
Oh, see, there you go. Yeah, I checked the thing, and we lost one and gained one.
We pay someone to reply to all comments for us, and they were nice enough to say, "Please don't go."
Yes, and he's back.
Didn't you say you don't like him also?
Well,
Oh, don't backtrack on me now. You don't be backtracking on me now.
They're not my favorite.
Oh, okay. Now,
if there's a box of donuts and there's a jelly filled, it's going to be the last one sitting in the box. I'm going to eat all 11 of the others donuts. Well, unless it's a baker's dozen.
Hey, I got you. Gotta keep our sub count up. I hear you. I agree.
Love them jelly donuts.
I had one this morning. 2 of them this morning.
No, but the show's doing pretty good. The audio side is picking up every week. Awesome. So
I need to start.
Like that.
All right, so I have an announcement to make. My next video that I'm going to edit for my channel.
Yes.
And I'm going to edit it after we record this.
Okay.
I'm going to ask people to come over to the podcast because I've been very bad about that. It's always because my footage is already done.
You're embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed of Ken. Sorry.
I understand.
Finally, we got it out there. I'm embarrassed of Ken.
Well, I got to tell you this comment that, my dear, sweet, loving girlfriend, Jill, she was listening. I was the special guest on Nashville Flippers podcast like the previous week. And then she was watching our most recent episode of the Reseller Clickbait podcast. And she says to me, you have a really nice voice for the podcast. She said, now face to face, it's annoying as hell, but when I'm just listening, it's really nice. I thought, gee, that's kind of a backhanded compliment right there.
And then what'd she say about Jimmy's voice? What'd she say about she's like, that guy, I'm glad he moved the mic away because that
a little bit, yeah. He's a little bit lower in the tone there, and I can't hear him at all. She actually didn't say anything about you, but I just thought, I said, man,
I need compliments too. Sonia doesn't ever say anything nice about
me. Okay, someone throw Jimmy a compliment down in the comments.
I get it. I don't have one of those distinct voices that some people have. Is it hard to hear me? Because my whole life I've been a really low, hard to hear speaker. Is that what's going on here this whole time? And you're just now telling me?
And see, I've always been a loud. I speak loudly all the time.
Bring the mic back over here. Does this need to happen right here?
There you go. That sounds good. Right.
Is that better?
That's perfect.
So because I moved it away because when I was listening to the podcast, I was like, is Darth Vader there? Did they have the tea on as a gift? Because someone's just breathing really loud right now. So now I'm going to
talk about. We were talking about the schedule that we're going to be doing the draft. Okay, let's talk about, because as part of 127, Jimmy is going to be traveling cross country.
Yeah. And
so we're working the schedule right now for the future episodes of the Reseller Clickbait podcast. So we are recording this one right now, which will come out on Monday the 1st. Yep. And then.
Well, it's funny that you talked about I'm driving, because when I was thinking about how we're going to do this, I came into roadblocks and speed bumps. And now,
I see where you're going with this.
Segway analogy type thing there. When I was thinking of how can we create the next episode while I'm in Ohio, I was like, how are we going to do that? I was like, well, I could bring my password for StreamYard and we can record it. But then I also have to bring my password for YouTube to upload it. And then I was like, man, this is just becoming too much that I want to deal with.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take credit because it's a good idea.
This is a great idea.
I'm taking credit because of this great idea. I'll let you tell everybody the idea that I came up with.
We will have the first ever so far live edition of the Reseller Clickbait podcast. That is going to happen. Now, normally our podcast comes out on Mondays at 11 a.m. Yep. So we're going to keep that schedule. Jimmy will be in Ohio visiting with me. So Monday, August the 8th at 11 a.m. We'll put out some teasers and stuff before then. Yeah, I will.
On Instagram.
On the Instagram, yeah. We'll have Instagram stuff. No videos. No
Not on YouTube.
I might make a reel or something like that.
Oh, hey, check you out.
You know, I'm getting sophisticated and up there.
So
and I might
how to use reels, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm gonna drop
I might even tag you in it, Jimmy. So it's easy for you to
so I can share it to my story.
Share it. Yeah.
This is next level stuff. I hope you got everybody listening and watching. Write this stuff down. This is how you do the socials.
You got to tag people so that they can pass along all of your hard work and effort without having to do anything themselves.
So I texted him or messaged Ken today. I was like, hey, can you please tag me in that so I can just push share? He's like, sure, buddy.
But that's a great idea to do that. So on Monday the 8th at 11 a.m., we are going to have a live podcast from the Three Pines Cabin in Mifflin, Ohio.
And this will be post 127.
Yes. So all the stuff we're talking about building up here and all the great video that Jimmy's going to get at the 127. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the trip, what we've got going on, because then that week that you're there, there's the Lincoln Highway Byway sale, the Route 30 sale, which is another kind of a mega highway sale. And so
mega. So do you think, is it a big sale? Like, that's one of the things that let's just kind of go into the 127 stuff now.
Yeah.
Because the live now, bad news, and I don't want to go to it. We're probably going to miss a week because I'll be driving back for the next week. So we'll have the live, and then the week after that, we're going to take a week off just because schedule-wise, it's just not going to work out for me because I'll be driving home. So, but we were talking about the size of the 127 sale, and Eric OBX Picker, Chris Old School Picker, we're kind of talking and kind of joking around with Tim over the years, like, hey, you don't make a plan for this sale. It's huge. Like, there's the magnitude of this sale is nothing like any other yard sales you've been to, or like the 100-mile sale that they went to. It doesn't even compare to this 127 sale. And that got me thinking, man, like I'm gonna be picking quick. Like, I'm gonna have to put my skills to the test.
And the Route 127, now we're talking just the small area that you're going to be in, like the Crossville, Tennessee area that the 127 runs through. But I'm trying to look it up right here. The 127 covers 690 miles from Addison, Michigan. It skipped from Addison, Michigan to Gadsden, Alabama.
Wow.
Is the 127. So there's plenty of, and so what you're talking about is just in that Tennessee area.
Yeah.
That you are going to.
And so Chris lives there, and he said, like, like you could spend the entire time in just one town. Like, he said between towns, there's some breaking in the sales, but he said the second you hit a town, it's just non-stop yard sales. And he said there's vendor stuff too. So, you know, you have to as a reseller and as a picker, you have to navigate past that stuff unless you're interested in that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be picking fast. I'm gonna be like, you know, when I don't already don't like spending a lot of time at a yard sale.
Yeah.
Like I like to do a quick scan, find out if the prices are good, and find out if there's anything good there. Then if I determine that the prices are good or they have good items there, then I'll spend some more time there. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun.
I know there was good discussion there on Eric OBX Pickers, the listing or loafing show this last Tuesday, just about what was going to go on at the 127.
Yeah.
And it was that some of the questions were, there's so many other pickers going to be there. Is there going to be, stuff to find? Some of those guys say, like Chris, old school picker, that's like right from there. He's going to be already
he'll
thrifting before
have a couple carloads in by the time I get there.
He said no worries. Every day there's new locals that are setting up sales, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Every day there's new stuff. You move from area to area, and it's kind of a park your car and just you don't even have to drive around. There's so many sales.
Walk?
Yes, you might. Maybe you get you one of them little rascal scooters. Get you one of them little like rascal scooters and just
great. I'm gonna have to have a good battery for that sucker
with like four-wheel drive tires on it, and just maybe
not a bad idea. I actually pulled from my inventory a cross shoulder bag that I'm going to use while I'm there. I got it right here.
Is this a tote bag?
It's a tote bag. No, it's not, because it's.
You would not consider this to be.
It's Merrill. Look at that branding, huh?
Ooh.
I pulled this from my inventory.
So Jimmy is holding up a cross shoulder bag.
That way I can have
black and it's stylish.
My stickers and my business cards. Woo!
And it's got bright pink flowers and rhinestones all over it.
Brand?
That's pretty.
What's the
brand? That Barbie.
The Bolo brand.
Barbie brand.
It has all the designs on it. It's like pink and purple. It's a Bolo. You know what brand I'm talking about? In the comments. It's an older brand, and like there's bags and there's all kinds of stuff that's made.
What is the name?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, you don't know.
I'll put it up here for everybody to see.
Okay.
But it's definitely like a bowl. This isn't that though. What he's describing sounds like that. It's like colorful, pink, bright purple, and it'll have all these. Anyways, someone out there knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so have you been to any of these big sort of highway sales before?
Never. And I think that's an interesting fact about these kind of sales. I don't know of any out on this side. I mean, there's some on this side of the country, but not a lot. I don't know of any in Colorado.
I know a place you could find out.
I do too.
Garage Sale Nation.
Say what?
Garage Sale Nation on Facebook page. Check it out. There, it's a kind of getting to be a comprehensive list of all of these highway sales
down below.
Citywide sales. These big mega sales is what it's for. Yep. And there's a map on there that you can, choose your location and click on it, get more information. It links you out to the websites for the sales. And so check out Garage Sale Nation.
Yeah, I'm a moderator on that Facebook group because I'm a big deal.
You're kind of a big deal, though, Jimmy.
Sort of a big deal. Yeah, I'll link that down below. That's and I've been looking at that. There's still not a lot in Colorado.
Okay,
because there's just not there's a lot of big community sales here though that almost meet the criteria.
Yeah,
of that, but it just doesn't happen that much. I think I'd have to go north, like into Wyoming and Montana, to find those kind of sales. I know they had one up in either Montana or Idaho, somewhere up there recently. I think Kristen went there.
Okay.
A rural squirrel.
A rural squirrel. And wasn't Troy Mountain Man Treasure? He was talking about a big sale up in Montana.
Yep.
that he went to. Now, so I've heard you talk before about the types of things that you source in your area, the toys that you find, like more of the, we're gonna say the, I'm gonna say modern vintage. Is
Yeah,
that a thing?
it is now. It is now.
Okay,
You
modern
just
vintage. But you've made comment of, stuff that say pickers on this side of the country say, again, Chris, old school picker, the types of toys that he's finding, the things that,
yeah.
Kevin, or even the things that I'm finding in my area are different from what you're finding. Kind of, what are you looking to find when you're east that is different from what you're finding?
Well, I'm excited to see what if there are a better quantity of older toys and older video games. I know they're out here and you can be found, but I just feel like there's a lot more older, like not older communities out there, as far as, you know, people have been living in the same house and generations in the same house or
Yeah.
whatever. I think there's a lot more of that the further east you go.
Okay.
There's a lot of new builds in my area, a lot of new builds. Denver's a good sized city, but it hasn't been a good sized city for as long as a lot of the cities out east. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's harder to find that house that, they've been living in that same house 30, 40 years. There's not a lot of communities like that out here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And it's funny because, I am this direction, east, and the stuff that I find, but I watch you guys, I watch the stuff, say out west, stuff that you and that whole, Vegas crew of people with Sonny and Art and Mikey and even Troy, Mount Man, the stuff that you guys are finding, it's like, man, this place is like a gold mine. I'm moving to Colorado immediately with I'm moving. I'm coming to Colorado anyway. You got to watch one of Jimmy's recent videos. Go check out Old School Flips. It's linked below and see this finds that he had at this yard sale. Just absolutely
that sale. That sale is the
incredible.
kind of sale that doesn't happen a lot out here. Like
Every reseller dreams of that kind of sale.
A garage that's been locked up for 15 years, and they used to be flea market sellers. Like they used to sell at the flea market. And it's just full of now vintage, or not quite vintage, but early 2000 stuff that's worth, a lot of the stuff. That's what you talk about. I kind of had to go there because I find a lot, but a lot of the stuff from the early 2000s into 2010, that stuff's worth some money. There's like Power Rangers, Ben 10. There's, what's that?
I just, doing my Tim Taylor,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of what I've had to go into, but I've been inspired by you guys out there to try to find those neighborhoods that are older houses, that have been around since the 80s, 70s, and 80s, and hoping that it's no, it's bad. It sounds terrible, but you're hoping for that couple that the kids are grown now and the grandkids stopped coming over and playing with this stuff. Like nobody's playing with it anymore. It's time for us to sell it because grandkids are older now and the kids are grown, and you're just kind of hoping for that kind of stuff to be for sale. And come and they're just want it out of their garage or out of their basement or whatever. So I'm purposely going to some of the older neighborhoods now, and that's where I found this house that had that amazing sale. Because I love community sales, but most of our community sales are the newer houses that have been built in the last 10 to 15 years, and that's when you end up finding the kind of toys that I find.
Baby toys.
Baby
toys. Hey, there's a market, I'm sure, for baby toys, but I don't know anything about baby toys. And
me either.
I heard somebody say the other day that they avoid They avoid the sales with a lot of pink at them because it's going to be, all the little kids and the toddler toys.
Yeah.
But here's a good tip that there's also at those sales, baby monitors. You find, people that have their children raised, they have baby monitors. They have all the home, like the safety stuff, the things you put on your doorknobs and your cabinet locks and all of that. You can pick that stuff up for cheap because they're just trying to get rid of it. And every baby monitor, especially if you can get the video ones, those things, boom, they're gone. And, a couple weeks, they're not listed long. And because believe it or not, there's new babies born every day. I heard that somewhere.
Where did you hear that? I still think that, I agree. One of my better video game hauls was at a sale like that. Mm-hmm. And I saw the tub full of Nintendo stuff at the edge of the garage, and I was like, "Hey, you selling your Nintendo stuff?" And they were, a younger, they were like a couple that you could tell decide to have kids later.
Yeah.
Right? As they older age. Maybe in their 30s they had kids, now they're in their, late 30s going into and they still had their original Nintendo.
And dad had to be responsible, and mom won't let him play video games anymore.
Yeah, so. And she's like, the wife was like, yeah, let me grab him. Let's see. And we negotiated out a price, but I got a really good deal. I mean, I paid up for it, but it was still a really good deal, and there was some good titles in there. But that situation can still happen at sales like that,
Yes.
Where they didn't have it out on the sale. It was like they were still trying to decide. And, I think they even kind of mentioned we were thinking about putting it on Facebook, but we weren't sure. And I was like, I got cash right here,
And the key to that whole story right there, reseller tip right here, just ask.
Yeah, ask.
If you're not, you would have never got that haul had you not asked.
Yeah.
And, so, also the 127, though, not only just all the great deals and things that you're going to find in that strategy is just a meetup of other resellers.
Yeah.
The people that are going to be there. I mean, anybody who's anybody. Well, except for me, because I decided I'm not going to be able.
Yeah. What's up, man? You're not joining us down there.
Well, you never know. I'm getting FOMO really bad, and I might just hop in the car.
Go rogue.
7-8 hour drive for me to get down there, which is nothing compared to your 20 hour.
It's right around 20 hours total. Yep.
To get across here, but just with some scheduling. Now I still might do some 127 earlier in the week, probably in that northern Kentucky area. Florence, Kentucky, Union, Kentucky.
You gonna meet up with anybody over there?
We're going to see who's down in that area. And, I wasn't invited, but Ken's never past just inviting himself into any situation.
Certain resellers are going to be driving down the road and like,
wait,
Ken's in the back. What did you just?
That's that guy that.
Seat.
He's
just in the back seat. He's just there. He's got his.
But yeah, I'm trying to hook up with a few guys there. Maybe I'll have some IG, some reels, some posts, some stories coming up next week with maybe hook up with a few resellers. We're trying to, working that out right now. So maybe by the time we do the live on the 8th, we'll just have all kinds of stories to show. It might be like a 6-hour live that day. Okay, everybody plan on a 6-hour live.
What?
Oh, wait. Or maybe 45 minutes or an hour.
That'll be a Monday. I don't think we're going to have anything planned. That's going to be like the day after the
yes,
all the shopping. So
that's going to be a day just to.
There's probably going to be coffee and jelly-filled donuts and
sitting on jelly-filled donuts. There you go. With sit on the porch there at the cabin, the Three Pines cabin, and
heck yeah, man. That's where I'm sitting. I'm sitting on I already called the porch.
Dibs.
Dibs
on the porch.
Shotgun porch.
So while you're there, so I was talking about the meetups and stuff like that. The big Trash to Cash barbecue bash.
The BBQ.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It just, again, that's a who's who.
You're gonna miss out on your opportunity to be the. What do you like to? You like to be the center of the star of the show, the center.
Never miss the opportunity to be the center of attention.
You're gonna miss it.
I am.
You're not gonna be there.
I would be a big hit too. I know.
So I guess I'll just have to be the big deal.
You never know. I might show up, even though there's no tickets left. It's sold out, at least at this point.
I thought they added more today.
They
went fast.
They went fast because I checked, and that was still on the registration page. It was sold out, and so it.
You know what, that makes me feel like one of the things I really like about these kind of meetups and events, like at the resell or at the reseller rally.
Yeah.
So many people that showed up that I didn't know they were going to be there, that I've had conversations with on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatever, and I was surprised to see them. I know that's going to happen. Like, there's going to be a handful of people like, I didn't know you were going to be here. Like someone that I definitely want to meet and talk to. So I'm excited for that to happen as well.
So throw down in the comments if you think that I should just get in the car, drive down, and crash. The bash to crash. Wait,
say that. Wait.
Okay. If I should crash the Trash to Cash barbecue bash, there we go.
Should he
say that like more than once?
Trash to Cash barbecue bash. Hey, that is a video.
I will hop in the car and I will just show up.
That's a thumbnail right here.
I can just see me.
We're doing. That's my thumbnail. So let's crash the Trash to Cash
barbecue bash.
That's gonna be my thumbnail.
I could get in the car.
We're gonna roll up like Dumb and Dumber in our tuxedos. I'm gonna go over. We'll buy the bar and put out the vibe.
Boy, you're already set to go with your ticket. You were on the VIP list, Jimmy.
When you're sort of a big deal, those kind of
it happens that way.
I'll just say I was asked if I was going, and it was made sure that I had an opportunity to get a ticket to the barbecue. So that was really awesome. Really excited about that.
You're keynote speaker though, right?
I am. I'm gonna be singing too. I'm learning. I'm currently learning how to play the guitar right now.
He's doing a little soft shoe as well.
What does that mean?
As
just or what?
Yeah, little shuffle, kind of a soft shoe dance.
I'm gonna shuffle like I shuffled into that thrift store today on Senior Day.
we should do a skit, Jimmy. Did you ever see Young Frankenstein? And
I have, but
when he has the monster at the end and they're singing "Putting on the Ritz,"
I remember it.
You know where to go to.
Man, you're going to some old movies. Like I know
Putting on the Ritz.
I know of that movie. I've seen it. I think
Mel Brooks. That's a classic. Do you like Mel Brooks? Abby Normal, yes.
Yes.
That's the brain that he got to put into the
abnormal.
But I digress. I don't even know what that means. I digress. That kind of means get back to the topic at hand, doesn't it?
I don't know. We've determined.
Or I would love to just talk about Mel Brooks movies. You want to talk about Mel Brooks movies?
That's a whole nother podcast. I could talk about Spaceballs,
History of the World. History of the World Part 2.
Oh, man, those movies are terrible.
Men in Tights.
I'm sure you could talk about all those. And I digress.
Do you want me to do the dance line number right now from the Men in Tights? We're men, manly men. Okay, enough of that.
Terrible.
I don't even know. It's totally.
Here we go. Here he is. center of attention. Don't ever
totally off the rail here. What were we talking? Oh, we were talking about large highway sales, the 127, the trash to cash barbecue bash, and
crash the oh yeah, I gotta remember that for the thumbnail.
Crash the trash to cash barbecue bash
for this thumbnail, because I want to reiterate that our thumbnails usually are very small portion of what we talk about on the podcast, and it's literally me just wanting to make the funniest, most ridiculous thumbnail I can think of to get y'all to come and watch.
Jimmy just cracking himself up. And
so what? Give me some idea. It's gonna be us crashing the trash to cash barbecue bash.
Yes.
Should I put like Dave in there and Carrie and Kev? I guess I should. I don't have to ask them. Paul Philly Flipper told me I don't have to ask.
That's right, and he's an authority. And
so like, should we have like flipping tables, or are we crashing it in a?
No, we're not. Crashing it is like you weren't invited.
Gotcha.
And then you show up anyway, and you
being the cool kid.
Oh, we could call it trash to cash barbecue bash, where we're just tearing the place up.
Crash or trash the trash to cash. That's now. So this is me asking you a question. Trash or crash the trash to cash barbecue bash. Which do we do?
Well, since I don't have a ticket and I'm not invited, it would be crashing.
What am I doing if you're crashing it? Then I'm just an attendee.
You're just I'm an
enabler. I am a
yes.
Wait, what is it called?
Hey, you could be the guy that like holds his like foot in the door so it doesn't latch, so that I can get in.
I'm an accessory to the crash.
Yes. To the crash.
I'm an accessory to the crash.
So we'll have to see how this all plays out. Like I say, if my FOMO gets the best of me, for those of you who don't know what FOMO is, fear of missing out. If I get to where, it depends on how I do. If I do make it down to Kentucky and hook up with a few folks there, that might be pretty cool.
Folks are going to be possibly coming down to the Tennessee area.
Yes, I know.
The area.
Some of them are.
Yeah. So, sorry, I'm thinking of a thumbnail too much. I need to stop.
All in all, it's just going to be a great couple of weeks coming up. I mean, 2 big, large highway sales, lots of resellers to meet and greet, lots of resellers to meet and greet and beat. You gotta kind of.
What are we talking about here? Are you turning into Dr. Seuss on me? You're crashing the trash cash, and you're gonna meet
with lots of people to greet and meet, and jelly donuts to eat, and just
he's Dr. Seuss.
And then the following week, when you're here for the Route 30 sales up in Ohio,
let's hear a rhyme out of this. Come on, Dr. Seuss.
I have nothing for that. See, it just has to flow. When I'm put on the spot, I can't do it.
Oh, come on, you gotta think of something. What rhymes with Ohio?
What rhymes with Ohio?
We're terrible at this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he only has so much Dr. Seuss rhymes in him.
So what are you looking forward to most? I mean, like if you had one thing, it's like this is what I'm really looking forward to on your trip east, as far as the whole encompassing trip.
The drive through Kansas.
That's
I'm really looking forward to the flatland
corn
drive through Kansas. I mean, I'm not looking forward to anything nearly as much as that. No, I'm looking forward to.
Don't set the bar too high.
I set the bar really high. After the cornfields of Kansas, everything. Like I'm just looking forward to hanging out with my friends that I don't get to see other than on a screen.
Yes.
Getting to know, like I've met Dave, I've met Carrie, I've met Kevin, but I've never been in a setting where I really got to talk. You know, it's always been a lot going on. I got to talk to Carrie and Dave quite a bit. Kevin, I hardly got to talk to at all at the reseller rally.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting to know him a little bit better. And just picking their brains on stuff, you know, but like the Lifting and Loafing guys, most of them are going to be there, so that's going to be awesome.
Did you have to get a ticket to talk to Kevin?
A ticket? Oh, you did. And that ticket actually meant he needed you to go to the room, turn the beds, paint out the towel. Yeah, that's
leave a mint on his pillow. Well, hey, we're about at that time frame right here. You got any final thoughts before the big trip, the big drive eastward? Now, this will come out on the day that you are driving. You will probably actually be driving.
I'm driving. I'm currently on the road. I should be.
You probably just got the notification and you're clicking over to listen to it right now.
I hope to be getting just about out of Colorado by now.
Okay.
I think if my math is right.
9 o'clock a.m. That's awful late in the day to get started.
No, I mean, it's not, the border of Colorado is quite a ways away.
Oh, okay. I see. Out of the state, not out of your driveway.
Yeah, not out of my driveway.
Okay.
Maybe I don't even know if I'll be that far yet by 9, but I'll be close to out of Colorado.
So you will have the drive. You got the 127. We've got the live reseller clickbait podcast on August the 8th.
Yeah. And I mean, again, this is all stuff that's happening before this comes out, but I got a live with Sunny tomorrow.
Yes.
I got the draft on Friday. I got to edit videos for while I'm gone. I got to have drafts ready for eBay to drop while I'm gone. It's going to be a busy 4 days for me.
You are a busy guy. I'm just going to be hanging out. I'm hitting a really good big sale tomorrow. And so like a church sale.
Get your FOMO enough to drive down to Tennessee.
Yeah.
But look at how much I have to do.
I know. You got
to pick wheat. I think that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm getting company. I have to spruce up, you know, around the house.
I'm not
a little bit.
Who's going to your house?
Well, Sonia is supposed to come over.
Hey now. Whoa. Nobody told me about this. Whoa.
No. You know, actually, I'm not even sure if we will get to my house because the cabin is about an hour away.
Just thinking.
And we're going to be over in that area doing all of our sourcing.
I'll leave that up to you. I mean, we're going to have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. When does the 30 highway byway?
It starts on Thursday.
So we'll have basically Tuesday and Wednesday free. And the rest of Monday.
Yeah. So we'll get some activities. Man, so many activities.
There's all kinds of room for activities, just like in Step Brothers.
That's right. So all right, Jimmy, we are going to wrap this up. Hey, be safe in your travels, my friend. I'm sure that we will talk somewhere along the way, and just looking forward to all the content that you're going to be able to put out from the 127, and all of the content that I will think about putting out, but probably won't actually get put out for the 127. Stories. That's right. That's the direction I think I'm going. I'm going to be a shorts kind of guy. And I'm not talking shorts like
in the winter.
Yes. Are you a shorts in the winter guy?
Yeah, a lot of the time I am.
You are?
Not sometimes you have to break out the pants, but
yeah. But that's we'll cover that, you know, when we come back to the pre-records, which will be the 22nd of August will be after the live. Back to 22nd. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun couple weeks.
Roller coaster ride.
Be safe in all of your travels. Looking forward to all of that. And we will catch you live on the next Reseller Clickbait podcast.